What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm batch recording today. My last video, as you know, was a life/channel update, and I just wanted to show you guys kind of a cool little thing here. And this video is going to be done in different segments because I'm supposed to be receiving part of the parts I need later today. So while I have the opportunity before my therapy session, I wanted to show you guys how to make kind of a cool geocache for hiding them. If you have a premium membership, you're able to hide geocaches within, I think it's a 540 feet radius of other geocaches. And this is one I've seen out there a little bit and wanted to kind of give a tutorial as far as how to do it. Now what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a metal light switch cover plate, obviously the blank one without any holes in it other than the screw holes. Now this did come with screws, but they're about that long, so I did order some smaller ones from Amazon. And what you're gonna need is you're gonna need this. You're gonna need, look up above, you're gonna need some small magnets for it. You're gonna need some duct tape, which I have off camera, and when I get the baggies, which you're gonna need for the logs, I'll show you guys how to do that. Now, you have a hot glue gun, it'd be good to have that to be able to hot glue gun the magnets to the plate. Not really, maybe necessary, but definitely would help. I'm also going to show you guys, I'm going to hot glue gun the short screws to the holes so they stay in place, so they look like they're real. Now what you can do with these is things like light poles. You can put them on light poles. I've seen, today I went and got a geocache for my daughter. There was a light, like a spotlight onto a sign, and this was located on the back of it. It was a little rusted or whatever, but it was, magnetized to the back of it with the log inside of it. So like I said, I have the plate, I have the magnets. As I said, you want to hot glue gun the magnets to the plate. Now when I get the baggies and the screws, I'll show you guys that in a little bit. When I get those, I'll start a video. For you, it'll be momentarily. For me, it'll probably be a few hours, but I'll show you guys what to do with that. All right, so as I stated, we'd be doing this in a couple different takes. So I'm back with the next take. And what I did off camera is, as you can see, I took some duct tape and taped our bag here for holding our log. So what you need to do is you need to print up a couple logs for yourself. I've got 4 because obviously we have 4 geocaches here. And I'm just going to show you what to do on the one. So obviously if people are trying to find a geocache, you want them to be able to sign a log, so you have to give them a log to sign. Nothing's worse than showing up to a geocache, everything being there, and there's no log to sign. So I actually put this so it's flipped upside down, so that way the log doesn't get wet. It's going to sit just like that in there. Now the next thing you want to do is we have to make this look like it is attached to whatever we're putting the magnets onto. And what I did was I ordered these 3/8 inch long screws in the same color, and I'll show you what I did. I'll hold it up to the camera so you can see how long those are. Those actually stick out the back. So what I had to do was I had to cut them off. I just took a pair of needle nose pliers with a clip on the end of it, on the inside, that if you push down will cut, whether it's wires, things like that. Used it to cut, and cut it pretty close. I'm gonna get 2 of these out here. What you're gonna do is you're going to take your screws and you're going to put them in like so. And then you're gonna take tape. I prefer using painter's tape because it's easy to remove. I'm just gonna take a piece of painter's tape and you're going to tape that down. I'll show you why in just a moment. Same with the other one. Tape it down, pick it up, push it in, push it in. Now the next thing you want to do, get yourself some gloves of some kind to protect your skin. And you're going to use
like and subscribe.
Some super glue. This is Loctite super glue. I think I bought a 2-pack for something like $4. And all you do is just screw this on. It pops it, and you are able to take and super glue this. Now, super glue may not work the best for this, but it's what I have and it's what I'm going to use. So you're going to super glue that, and then we're just going to let that sit for a little bit. We'll come back and I'll show you guys setting it up for people to be able to find it. All right, so we've given it a little bit of time to dry. We're going to try it, and I'm hoping the super glue worked, but yep, it worked. So see the screw sticking in right there. Now, I don't have any sandpaper with me or on me or whatever, but oh, man, that super glue went right through there. It's not gonna matter because not a lot of people are going to pay attention to it. But you can see right there, the super glue leaked. I don't have sandpaper, but one of the things that I would suggest is if you do, kind of sand down the edges. The edges are a little sharp on this, so that might be something you look to do. I'm gonna go ahead and undo this, and then we're just going to put this back on. And then we're ready to put it out in the wild. One thing I did want to touch base with on this is kind of pricing of these geocaches, these geocache containers. Obviously, if you have pill bottles, you can deploy those. There are several different ways and options for deploying those. You can buy containers online, things like that. Something like this though, and I'll show some other containers in some later videos as far as how to do that. Obviously, there are supplies you need. You can find pill bags sometimes in your local pharmacy store. I ordered these on Amazon. I think it was like $6 for 200 of them. Those will last you for quite a while. You can use those to put in like your pill bottle ones to try to keep your logs dry, things like that. I had some magnets left over from another project. You can get these on Amazon as well, different sizes, roughly starting around $5 up to, you know, depending on how much you want, how many you want, $20, $25 for a ton of them. The next thing that you're looking at is obviously your logs. Your logs you can print off, just Google, you know, geocaching logs. You can find those very simply, print them off, cut them up, put them in there, duct tape. Duct tape's cheap, you know, $3 for a roll, something like that. Really what you're going to be spending the majority of your money on is going to be the plates, and the plates range from a couple bucks to $5 a piece, something like that, just depending on how you go about getting them. I went through cards here in Ohio, and I think I spent something like $2 a piece, $2 or $3 a piece on them. So they're relatively cheap, but I know metal ones can go up to higher prices. Like I said, I just picked these up for like $2-3 a piece. I think they were like $2.86 or something. So picked up 4 of them, able to put this together. I did use a hot glue gun for the magnets. Obviously, that's the other thing you have to do, is you have to have some sort of bonder for the magnets and the screws. I'm not sure how well the hot glue is going to work, being that I'm going to be putting these out at the beginning of the end of summer, beginning of the autumn season, so could be looking at high temps. I'll see how they hold. I might end up having to use like a JB Weld for the magnets or whatever for these, but I just wanted to go over like what you're looking at price-wise for the supplies you need to do this. So I'll be right back with showing deploying this. All right, so I don't have my recording equipment with me, so I'm just doing this on my phone. You have to have coordinates to put your geocache out. You have to have a place to put it, obviously, to coordinate with those coordinates, and then you deploy it. You go online. Obviously, if you're geocaching, you know that. Just showing you kind of where I put my geocache is on there. Not that you could actually see it on there, but I did deploy it out and get it to where people can go out and find it. It actually got approved
as of today's recording. So that's how I made my geocache. That's how you deploy it. If you want me to do a step-by-step video on how to deploy it, I could do a step-by-step video, but you can definitely find those out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next Friday. Take care.